Hello everybody, Mr. Breslow here. I'm very excited to get started this spring. Thought I would make a quick video, show everybody how to get around in science and kind of talk about how science works. Number one thing, stress-free. Stress-free. We got this. We'll figure everything out as we go along. Very easy to work with, but I just kind of want to go over some of the procedures, some of the rules, some of the things we'll be doing for science class. Again, my name is Mr. Breslow. I've been teaching science for 25 years, the last 12 in Gloucester Township, mostly at Glen Landing. Been teaching earth, life, and physical science. I'm going to show you how to get to that class website in a little bit. I have a course outline. If you're really bored on a Saturday or if you want to learn more about the class, that's the place to go. If you want to get in touch, we have Google Hangout, my email address. Again, all this is in a place where you can get it. So if you don't have to copy it from here, I have it on a course outline page. Google Voice number and a main office. I'm available. I'm around all day. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to ask. I want the students to do great in the class. I want them to enjoy science. So if something you have a question about something, you're not sure about something, just let me know. Tell your children, like, stop doing that assignment. Let me know, and we'll go from there. So the rules are, now we're starting it all remote. This is the first for me. I've done a lot in 25 years, but never started a class all remote. So Zoom attendance is mandatory. Make sure you're on within the first 10 minutes of the block. Make sure you're checked in. We usually use that time for me to take attendance, get a little stretch break, grab a snack if you need to, and then I get started right away. If you log in too late, I might ask you to hold on because what I don't want to have to do is keep going back and restarting everything. So just be mindful, get in the first 10 minutes. Obviously, if there's anytime there's a problem with attending the class, please let me know. And I always put up a makeup assignment, but Zoom attendance is mandatory. I expect you to participate, students. You don't just go in there and turn off your camera and turn off your mic and disappear. We can see you on GoGuardian. If I ask you a question, I expect it to be answered. Now, the format's a little different. Typically, after those first 10 minutes, I'll go about half the block with the material, with the lesson. And then after that, I keep the Zoom, I call it an open Zoom. So then if you need to log off, you can, but if you want to stay on, if you have questions, if you want to get caught up with something, you need some tutoring in science, that's what that time is dedicated for. So about halfway through, I'll excuse you. Sometimes I'll give you an assignment and I'll say when you're done the assignment, you can go. Other times I'll say, all right, log off, turn off the Chromebook. I believe you should get a break too. But during that time that we are together, I expect you to participate and be involved. I like to be interactive. I like to ask questions. I like to get responses back, in various forms. So please stay active and it'll be all good. I also expect digital citizenship. You all know how to act at this point. It's just like you're in class. So, make sure whatever we're doing is school appropriate. Also, make sure you have a quiet place to work. And as always, if you're having any questions, any problems, please let me know. When we get to hybrid, the in-person stuff, I'm going to explain in person. If you're a hybrid remote, get on the beginning of class. And from there, I will guide you through what we're going to do that day. It really goes day to day. If I'm doing a lab or if we're doing another activity, some days you're on longer than others. I do my best not to keep you the whole block, though. I try for that half block rule. And if I have you working on something, I keep the Zoom open in case you have a question. So on the days you are remote, we will interact. We will talk. I will take attendance. I'll kind of work through doing like an opening activity. I'll go through the agenda. And then some days I'll send you off. Other days we'll interact with the class. It really depends on what we're doing that day. And again, school rules do apply. So remember that. So finally, I'm going to move my window here. The Google Classroom and class website. Now this is a little different than what you may have seen before. The way I do this is we do have a Google Classroom. And in that Google Classroom, what I do is I give you a digital notebook. This is where we do everything. We do this during the Zoom or we do this during class. It is not homework. So everything we do is right there on a Zoom on a day in this digital notebook. I will show you how to use that in another video, and I'll show you that in class. What you also have is what's called a lesson plan page, and that contains everything you need for the week, all the links, all the interactives, any activities are there at all. The reason I do that is that Google Classroom can get cluttered sometimes because I'm putting so much material in. So this way, with a dedicated plan for that week, it's very easy to get around. So the lesson plan page contains all that information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take you out there real quick. This is the Google Classroom with the Power Rangers. Can't help myself. Not a whole lot in here yet. But what I have in this first post, I have the Remind. So I'd like you to join the Remind for class updates. This is the Zoom link to get into the daily Zooms. This is the lesson plan page, which I'm going to show you in a second. This is the course outline. If you click on here, it'll tell you all the things about the course and has my contact information, has specifics in terms of what we're studying. This link is for the online textbook. Again, it's a case-by-case basis. Sometimes I assign stuff out of it. Usually it's a resource. But on a lesson plan page, when you click on here, obviously things aren't filled out yet, but if you click on the current week, you will get what we're doing. So here's an example of one from the fall. This was sometime in December. Each day I have the information on what we're doing that day. There's any links you're going to need. I even have a video, kind of a recap sometimes, and I tell you what we did. Over on the right, you see all the schedules that we have running in school, depending on what's going on that day. But each day tells you what we're supposed to be working on, has all the materials you need. Everything you need is on this page. The only things that are really in Google Classroom or the notebook, or if there's some kind of other document that I need to get out to you, I try to keep it to a minimum on Google Classroom. Other than that, see, I told you the lesson plan page. I showed you everything. Yeah, I think we're good. So again, we'll take this day by day, but I'm looking forward to seeing everybody Monday. I'm excited to get started. As always, any questions or concerns, please let me know. And remember, stay fired up. See y'all soon. Bye-bye.